Hey guys, welcome back to Supercharged Trio. Today's video is going to be my trip to New York and seeing the Cursed Child and the Statue of Liberty and a few other things. But also, this is during editing, as you can probably tell, because for some reason I never recorded an intro to this video. I don't know why, but I just apparently never did. So, enjoy. Alright guys, for those of you who did not know, we are on a plane right now going to New York to see Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. And right now we're beginning our descent in. I was way too tired to record anything on the way. I apologize. But this is really exciting. I've never been anywhere really far, like east or west. I've only been like up and down, like Indiana and Florida. So this is the first time I'm going to go to New York. Alright guys, it's the day after the first part of the play, and I'm not really going to get into detail right now. I'm going to do that a little bit later once we get back. Yeah. But right now we are actually on a like a little tour boat. We're on a little tour boat that goes and it goes to the Statue of Liberty. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. I wasn't feeling too great because I think I'm getting sick, but I'm gonna try to.
He hasn't had enough sleep either.
I'm going to try to get as much vlogging as possible. And sorry if you this part of the video might have a little bit of rocking in it because the boat, you know, shifts. There's the Statue of Liberty. That's pretty cool, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so cool.
Okay, so we just got like a little bit further away from Liberty Island, where the Statue of Liberty is, and I just wanted to show you guys like the geography of this. You see over there, that's Manhattan. That's Manhattan, and then if you see there's the Brooklyn Bridge is right there, and it connects Manhattan to Brooklyn, right there. And Brooklyn doesn't it like stretch all the way around over there? It's really big. And then I forgot exactly what's the stuff that over there. Editing me. Editing me. This is what it is right here. I can't think of it at the moment. I'm sure I'll think of it later. And then over here, that's over there. Behind it, I don't think. Oh, sorry. Behind it, I don't think we can see it right now because of the close circle. Not like quite at the right angle, but we went past Ellis Avenue.
Alright, absolutely gorgeous, Lady Liberty.
So it's actually a really, really, really smooth day today, so we don't feel it, but believe me, on a stormy day, you can feel it. So we're leaving the Buttermilk Channel, we're coming into the east. None of these skyscrapers were here. You know, back in 1883, I don't know if you've seen the architecture, but they were like years. It was a feat of engineering, it was a team effort. It is the 8th wonder of the world. But when it opened in 1883, nobody dared to cross the bridge. That's right, they were actually afraid of it. They thought it was gonna collapse. A whole year went by, still nobody dared to cross the Brooklyn Bridge.
Alright guys, so we're going under the Brooklyn Bridge right now, and it's like right above us, but we also learned that like no one wanted to go on it because it was like the first suspension bridge that anyone had like ever seen that was that big, so no one wanted to go on it. So like this is for Gabriel. I'm sure you've probably seen by now, but if you haven't, that he got to meet Hugh Jackman, and he's a huge fan of Hugh Jackman because he was in The Greatest Showman, and you see he played P.T. Barnum in The Greatest Showman, and this reminded me of it. P.T. Barnum, the actual P.T. Barnum, to prove to everyone that the Brooklyn Bridge was safe, he held this huge party, and he took a bunch of elephants and walked them across the bridge. So it's pretty cool. So yeah. That pretty much proved that the Brooklyn Bridge was safe. Alright guys, it's a lot later, and we're on our way to part 2 of Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. So it really leaves you on a cliffhanger, and it's really good. It's amazing, it's incredible. It's like, I'm gonna talk about it a little bit more in detail in a part sometime after this part. It's gonna be in the same video, but I'm just not gonna talk about it right now because I want to see the rest of the show first. And don't worry, I'll try not to give any spoilers, and if I do manage to slip out a few spoilers, I'll fix it in editing. So
There's the theater that 6 is playing at. You may want to get that on your vlog.
Alright, I'm gonna check back in once we get to the theater, and I'm going to show you guys a little bit of one of the rooms there that I think looks really cool. Alright guys, we're at the theater right now, and well, I'm going to show you guys a room that I think is really, really darn cool, and there are a lot of details about it. Yeah, everything is incredible, but oh yeah.
It's so
yeah. So I'm gonna show you this room that I like to call the Patronus room because it has these things called Patronuses. So here's a little bit of Harry Potter lore for you. If you don't know what a Patronus is basically in Harry Potter, a Patronus is a charm that takes the form of an animal that you hold the deepest affinity with, and it can keep you protected from all the dark forces of the world. Specifically, these things called Dementors that try to suck out your soul, and it can drive them away because it's a projection of positive emotions, which the Dementors feed on. But since it can't feel despair, it cannot be defeated by the Dementors. And they have a bunch of Patronuses in here. Like, I'm gonna go. You guys probably saw that phoenix over there behind over my shoulder. So I'm gonna go look at each of them in depth. All right, so we're starting off with this Boston Terrier right here. If you didn't know, these things are all made out of they're all made out of words. I haven't figured out whether they're quotes from the characters or not, but you see, you can also see them being cast by certain wizards and witches. This one is Ron Weasley. That's Ron's Patronus. And this thing that you saw over my shoulder earlier is a phoenix, and it's being cast by Albus Dumbledore. Over here we have a stallion. This is the Patronus of Ginny Weasley. And hold on a second. This is an otter. This is the Patronus of Hermione Granger. And last, wait, no, not quite last, but certainly not the least, with Harry Potter. And Harry Potter himself has his stag. And there's also up here, I can't really get a good angle right now, but that's Professor Minerva McGonagall and her cat Patronus. And there's also this one, which is a doe, and it is Professor Severus Snape's Patronus. Okay. And also there are a bunch of stars on the ceiling. So that's probably my favorite room, apart from the theater, in this entire like area. It's really cool. Me, another kid and I earlier were kind of geeking out about this whole room when I was looking at it. And it's just really awesome. Okay guys, I have a friend here who's also Ravenclaw, Atticus. And we have deciphered the words on each of the Patronuses. The stag one was a bit difficult, and we still don't know absolutely everything, but we do know each of these are lines, either spoken from or about some of the characters. So for example, the stag says,
I should have died. No,
yeah, like I said, it's really difficult. The stag one is really difficult. It basically sums up to like Harry telling everyone, yeah, I shouldn't have survived. It was my destiny to die.
Even Dumbledore thought, and yet I lived.
I beat Voldemort. Yes, thank you very much. So now, let's see. So now we have Minerva McGonagall. I'm gonna try to get a better angle. Yep, there she is, Professor McGonagall. Good old Professor McGonagall. And so, Atticus, please translate.
You're so young. You're all so young. You have no idea how dark the Wizarding Wars got.
Yeah. See? Alright, so this is one of Harry's lines. It's talking about Professor Snape. Where is he right now? I can't see him. Where'd he go? Well, he's somewhere there. You see that little dot? That little dot's probably him. Well, you see, this is a line from Harry to Albus, his son. And do you want to translate or do you want me to?
You can.
Okay, so this is Harry. He says, "You were named after 2 headmasters of Hogwarts. One of them was a Slytherin, and he was probably the bravest man I ever knew." And that is one of Harry's lines speaking about Snape. All right, now this one is Ron's Terrier, which is his Patronus. We're still trying to work out what exactly it says because it could honestly mean a few different things, but we're not really sure exactly. Like this could be child or chilled. It's probably chilled. But anyway, I'm gonna try to read without wishing to blow my own trumpet. Yeah. I am probably the most chilled one of all of us. It's probably chilled. Yeah, it's chilled. So yeah. Now you see, this is probably the one that you've seen the most. This is Dumbledore's Phoenix Patronus, and this is technically a line that Harry says, but it is a quote from Dumbledore. So Atticus, I'll let you take over.
The truth is a beautiful and terrible thing, and should therefore be treated with great caution.
Alright, so this is Ginny's Stallion, and this one was really difficult to decipher as the words are very small and it's a very long line. So, but with a little help from the parents of Atticus and I, we managed to decipher what Ginny is saying. So, I'm still having a little bit of trouble. Would you like to take over?
Yes.
Okay.
People think they know all there is to know about you, but the best bits of you are and have always been heroic in really quiet ways.
There we go. So this is a quote from Ginny speaking to Harry. I believe. It's either Harry or Albus. It's one of the two. So now we're moving on to the last, but certainly not the least, of the Patronuses. Patronuses. Hermione's Patronus, an otter. So we see Hermione is down here. And this one was the easiest for us to decipher. So do you want to say it at the same time?
Sure.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. We'll find a way to fight them, Harry. We always have. Alright guys, we're back at our hotel room. This is probably going to be a big change from the rest of the video where I had to shout to make myself heard, but the show was incredible. I'm gonna record a bit of a video tomorrow. I'm gonna record more of this video coming right here tomorrow after I get at least a little bit of sleep, because my adrenaline rush that I was on during pretty much the whole show finally wore off, and now I'm tired. But I wanted to do something very special. I got a wand from there. Not just any wand. Albus Potter, the main character. Well, technically co-main character, but still main character. And I'm going to, I haven't unboxed it yet. I'm gonna open it right for you guys. Okay, so you see, the way that these boxes are is that it's almost, you'd think you could just like slip it right out, right? No, you can't. I wanted to open it, but I couldn't slide it out. It would have been too much of a hassle, and you see, you have to rip it. So I didn't really want to open it at intermission because that would have been disruptive, and if I did it in my seat, I wouldn't have gone and throw it away. So I'm doing it right now. And holy cow, like, it has like this little velvet touch. It feels really cool. It's nothing like the one from All of Andy's. This might take a little bit. Don't stop recording. I'm just gonna fast forward and add some music, some Harry Potter. Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. 19 years later, the 8th story. Sweet. Let's see. Official replica of Albus Potter's wand. Wow. Look at those acorns. And it's like a little bit bent. It's kind of like, you know, I saw an article on Pottermore that said like the more naturistic the wands are, because that was like how J.K. Rowling intended for them to be, more centered around nature. See, this one is clearly from the wild, kind of, and it's like it has the little imperfections, but it's got some weight to it. It's pretty good. Yeah, it's really cold. I've been walking home with it. You know. And Jim, this is overall really cool. I think that they had replicas of Scorpius, Malfoy, Harry Potter, and Hermione Granger's wand as well. I chose to get Albus's because he is my favorite character, and I forgot a little earlier, there's an A on the bottom of the wand. Just say Albus Potter. So yeah, overall it's really good. I think it's really cool, and I think it's amazing that I got to see it and experience it. It's just incredible. Take the movies, for example. They were really, really good movies. They're incredible. But the thing is, they left some stuff out of the books that you kind of want in. But the thing is, this story is it is centered around the books. It has characters that aren't in the movies, that are only in the books. And the way that the wands were in the books were more naturistic and more out of the well. And this is really cool to do that, because Hermione's wand was slightly changed. Harry's wand was even more slightly changed from the movie to make it look more naturey. And like, you take the movies, you take the books compared to the movies, they're both great, but I personally prefer the books since they have a bit more stuff in. But the thing is, let me see. This is a script. It's not like a book, it's a literal script. So even though there were some slight differences, 99% was exactly the same. But then they added stuff, like so much better stuff that I wouldn't have even thought of ever. And it was just incredible. You felt like you were in the Wizarding World. It's amazing. More on this in a little bit. Probably for you guys it's going to be a few seconds. For me, it's going to be almost a day. So, we'll see you then. Alright guys, just a quick little update. We made it to the airport. We're in our plane seats right now, and this time I got a window seat with ta-da, and the two windows. So I'm going to have a really good view of us taking off and coming back down. I'm not as tired, and I feel good. I'm still gonna take a nap anyway.
You took a nap.
Yeah, I did. But I'm gonna go fast. This is gonna be fast forwarded to when we take off, and a little bit of us flying, and then a little bit of us touching back down. So, boom.
On behalf of this flight crew and Southwest Airlines, we'd like to welcome you to Chicago Midway. Please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened and your carry-on items stowed right where they are. Once the captain pulls up to the gate and turns off the fasten seatbelt sign, that's your indication you can stand up and retrieve your items. Use caution when opening the overhead bins. Items may have shifted during flight and could fall out and crush you. If you're connecting here with another Southwest flight, please go into the terminal.
Alright guys, this is the outro for this video. I'm very sorry that it took this long to come out, but everyone was sick and Gabriel got pretty sick, so I haven't really had very much time to edit this video. I've already made the video. Why am I haven't had very much time to edit, and I'm also going to do a separate video about my review of The Cursed Child. So, see ya.